Hey y'all, I wanted to make this video. This is a little bit different. This isn't a chapter video. I am here with the root beer honey guitar, and I intentionally left a spot undone because I wanted to show you guys not so much like when I make these chapter videos, it's me telling you what I'm doing and then the time lapse of me doing it. In this particular case, telling you why I'm doing what I'm doing and what separates my work from a lot of other guys. Now, there's a lot of guys out there that know what I'm talking about. There's guys out there that's been doing this longer than I have. I'm not trying to say I'm better than everybody else. This is why my stuff's the best. It is much different than a lot, I would say, most of the work out there. Now, it's because I put a lot of work into it. So I'm going to kind of quickly go through exactly what I'm trying to do here so you understand why these things look the way they do and why they're different. So when I finish these, like in this particular case, when I cleared this guitar, it dries naturally with what is called orange peel, and that is exactly like what it sounds. It's a texture on the finish that resembles the texture on the peel of an orange. Now, if you go out to your car, you're more than likely going to see the exact same thing because auto manufacturers don't wet sand and level out their finish after it's painted. Now they have a much more advanced procedure and system than I do here in my shop, so theirs comes out really nice. Now in my case, the orange peel isn't terrible, but it's there, and I don't want it to be because I want my finishes to be mirror-like. I want to be able to see your reflection in there, and I'll show you. I'll put in a picture here to show you guys kind of what I'm talking about. And I'll also show you a close-up. Now, I left one spot on this particular guitar that I did not level. I just buffed it out, and the rest of it is done. So I'll be able to show you both sides of the guitar, and you guys can see what I'm talking about. Now, it's a little harder to achieve than you might realize. It's not just spraying paint, sanding some off, and then buffing it out. So when I finish these guitars, especially guitars like these that have artwork and layers of paint on there, I have to be very careful of how I do this. I have to calculate how much finish I put on because I'm going to use abrasives to take a bunch off. So the reason I do that is if I put too much finish on the guitar, it's going to muddy up the tone and it's going to sound terrible. And that is exactly the opposite of what we're trying to do here. We want the looks, the quality, and the sound, the longevity, and whatnot. So in this particular case, I had to put on several coats of clear, and when I leveled it, I actually took most of that off. And the idea is to get most of it off so you have the least amount of finish on the wood as possible, while at the same time have a nice lustrous, like, I don't know, I can't say that word. You want the luster of the shine to be top-notch and mirror-like. So this is where the experience comes in. Now, mind you, I've done this quite a few times. You can sand through the paint, or you can nearly sand through and then end up buffing through it, because every step of this after I lay the finish down is abrasives. I'm taking finish off to make it level again, to get rid of that texture. So, with all that being said, kind of have an idea of what I'm doing here. So right now I'm going to show you guys a little bit of the difference between the two finishes. So now we're looking at the top of the guitar, and you can already tell that something is off with these reflections. Something is wrong here. Now, this side of the guitar has been leveled, this side hasn't. Went ahead and buffed the whole thing out. That way you can really see the difference of what I'm talking about. So if we focus on this end of the guitar, the side that's done, there's a little bit of dirt stuff on it right now, but that's from being in the shop. You can see my tools. You can see the reflection nice and clear. But as I go to the other side, you can see the orange peel texture. Now this is how it naturally dries, and this is why I have to level it before I buff it out. Now I could just buff it all out and it'll actually look pretty good. As you can tell from here, it looks great, but look at the reflection, how clear it is on that part of the guitar, and then look at the texture on the top, or on this side of the guitar. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through, level the rest of this out, and then finish buffing it, and that way we have that beautiful clear luster and the reflective finish. And that's what makes a lot of my work much different than a lot of other people. So thanks for checking me out. There's more at the website, and we'll see you guys soon.